Okay, let's talk about it.
What is there to talk about?
So this was a quick preview of a scene we've created exclusively for our new tutorial series. Over the next few weeks, we'll be releasing 7 tutorials. The first one walks you through writing a short film script using AI. The rest of the series covers everything from character creation, voice generation, images and animations, music and sound design, all the way to video editing. The best part? If you don't want to wait, you can access all 7 tutorials right now in our brand new Imagine Art Film community. We've launched this free platform at the end of March, and within just 7 days, we've reached 1,000 subscribers from all over the world. A huge thanks to everyone who have joined us so far. Our goal is to build the world's largest AI filmmaking community, not just through tutorials, but by creating a space where creators can exchange ideas, showcase their work, build portfolios, grow their YouTube channels, and connect with professionals in the industry to get jobs. So, click the first link in the description below to join us and get instant access to all 7 tutorials. Please note that most of our future videos and exclusive resources will be released on the community first, so make sure to join us to stay in the loop. Now, let's jump into our first tutorial.
Here is what we are going to be covering today. So step 1, the logline. So begin with an original concept, or you can use AI to generate a list of ideas. Number 2, step 2, develop a script outline, so a more detailed version of your script. Now, step 3, create a detailed character descriptions. So basically you're going to take the characters and try to describe them to have more of a good idea of who they are. Number 4, validate the scene list. So from the script outline, make sure that your scene list is okay. Number 5, expand the scenes with dialogue. So this is where you're going to add some dialogue. And number 6, format the script in a traditional screenplay structure. So yeah, we want to have real, Hollywood style script, structure. And number 7, at the end, so you just refine and adjust the scenes and dialogues. So for this exercise, I got my own logline, but let's start by, trying to use AI to generate a list of ideas. So I'm going to be using today ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT 4, but you can use the free version also, just a little bit better, with the ChatGPT 4.0. Also, I'm going to use DeepSeek, which is still free as of today, so you can try that. All right, so I asked ChatGPT, create 5 log lines of approximately 50 words each, summarizing 5-minute short film, or 5-minute short film. I enjoy the science fiction and action thriller genre. Example, so I put there something that, some series that I like, so Black Mirror, Homeland, and Slow Horse. So you can put anything you want as the thriller genre. You can put some love stories or historical type of movies, and you can put example that will help the AI to generate the logline accordingly. And this is what ChatGPT generates. So I think it's pretty good. We can just check a couple, to see what it looks like. So number 1, signal drift. So a burnout intelligence analyst intercept a garbled distress call from a classified deep space probe, one that was lost decades ago. As she unscrambled the message, she realized it contains a chilling warning about an imminent, undetectable invasion. But before she can act, her own system goes dark. So yeah, it's a good one. You can start from that and refine it and do the next step after that. Yeah, so I'm not gonna read all of them. Just gonna show you what DeepSeek also gave us. So I have the same question here. let's look at the last signal as an example. Engineer receives a cryptic distress call from her own voice, sent 10 years in the future. As she deciphers the message, she discovers a catastrophic event that could end humanity and her role in causing it. So these are good ones. So yeah, for step one, you can create your own log line if you have already an idea, or you can make ChatGPT or any other AI generate some ideas. So yeah, DeepSeek also, and there's Claude. So whatever your favorite AI tool you can use. All right, so I had a logline. So this story I created myself. So let's hear about it. So a couple is invited to a friend's house to meet her new AI lover, an advanced humanoid robot she has recently acquired. During the evening, their friends makes a highly unusual request that unsettle the couple and spark a heated discussion on their way home. So I've put some more details there. So just to make sure that the ChatGPT will understand everything. So the woman who acquired the robot is a wealthy entrepreneur who purchased the latest, highly advanced and expensive AI-driven model. So lifelike that it appears completely human. During their visit, she asked the couple for an unusual favor. Since her AI lover cannot help her conceive a child, she wants her male friend to contribute biologically. And on their drive home, the couple engage in a heated discussion. The woman is open to the idea, while the man is strongly opposed. So this is the story I had in my head. And I just put more details, to make sure that for the next step, we're going to be able to have a good idea of what the 5 minutes will look like. So at this part, we've done that, and we need to develop a script outline. So a logline is really like more a paragraph or a long phrase that gives you an idea of what we're talking about. And developing a script outline is a more detailed view, hopefully including also the scene, a list of scenes. So next, I asked ChatGPT can you create a 200 words outline of this logline with those details? So obviously, I've add a little more here. So if you add, just a little description like this, maybe you can ask the next step, ChatGPT, to create a little more detail, like I did here, to have, let's say, 3 or 4 paragraphs there. And after that, yeah, you feed the AI for asking exactly, then you need a 200-word outline of this logline with those details. So I copy paste that. And here's what ChatGPT gave me back. It's pretty good. So he called it the uncanny request. So there's, 4 scenes. And I look at it and it's pretty good. It really feels like, we can do this in 5 minutes. So at that point, you can refine it. What I do is I would copy that into a document, and I would edit this outline, and I will make some change, trying to refine it, make it more my own creation. And once you have this step complete, so the next step will be to create a detailed character description. So in the script, you have an idea of who they are because ChatGPT gave us, the name of the characters. That was pretty good. And you want to define who are these people, basically, because the more detail you have, the more interesting and the more detailed your script will be based on those descriptions. So yeah, asking ChatGPT again, can you provide a more detailed 100 words description for each character? Mark, Lisa, Eleanor, and Ethan. So since I'm in the same ChatGPT session, I can always, make a reference of those words, and he's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. If you open a new session, you would have to copy the last outline to make sure that he understands. So yeah, 4 really great. I'm not gonna read them all of those there, but 4 great description of characters. Once again, the AI will use those to create the script, more detailed version of the script later. So it's pretty good. So yeah, and I'm not gonna read it to you, but Mark is the more rational, skeptical, protective. So he's not, really, he doesn't go well with the idea of him helping her friend, get a child that she's gonna raise with an AI robot. Lisa, his girlfriend, is more curious, open-minded, and empathetic. So she's a journalist. We see the kind of conflict that will arise between those two. Eleanor is the 40-year-old tech entrepreneur, visionary, charismatic, unconventional. So she's the one with, problems, probably because she still wants to have a child with a robot. So we imagine that she may have some issues in the past. But yeah, pretty good description there also. And Ethan, the AI humanoid, intelligent, polite, uncanny human, and pretty good details there to make sure that we understand what kind of machine will be in the scene. So it's really like life, like a human. So basically, you cannot, it's really difficult to make the difference between a human and a robot. So this is a pretty advanced robot. So yeah, once you have created your character descriptions, I would validate the scene list. So yeah, the scene list is from the outline. You have the opening scene, arrival at the house. So it starts by the couple arriving into the house of Eleanor. After that, you have the dinner. So where the presentation and everything. And on scene 3, there's the shock and debate. So this is where Eleanor will ask her friends help to get, pregnant. And this is why it's called shock and debate. I would put some more details there. And last scene is the drive home, where Mark and Lisa return home, and while they're in the car, they will have this debate about, should we do this? Should we help her? And I think it opens up a pretty good discussion, and with all the issues about philosophical issues, ethical, and this is why I think it's a good story. And this is the scene, since we're gonna do all these episodes for learning how to make AI filmmaking, we're gonna choose only one scene because it's a lot of work. So let's take this scene 4, and we can take this scene to make it into a more detailed real script version. So this is what we're gonna do next. So at first, we're going to expand the scene with dialogues. So what I did there is so I put it there, the information that I got from ChatGPT. I also put a couple of details that I thought were interesting by asking DeepSeek. So you can use multiple AI to ask to complete some versions of the characters. this is the final version that I asked ChatGPT to refine with the add-ons that I provided. And after that, so you're gonna ask to expand the scene description. So this is what we did before, and this is the editing that I put there. So let's go back to ChatGPT to see where it is. These are my description that I did. Put it there, and he did an update of the characters with the details that I added. You can add details of your own. You can ask other chat GPTs or any other platform to provide more information, and you pick and choose what you want. So using this outline as a foundation, can you expand on the scene in more detail, focusing on action and atmosphere without including dialogue? So every part of this course today, I'm going to put it into a file so you can see all the steps with all the description that we ask ChatGPT to provide. So for here, I just copy paste the outline. I could have just asked him to take the outline from before, but I wanted to make sure, so I just create a copy of the outline that he did provide him before. So this is the expanded scene description that we get. So which much more detail about each scene and what will happen in every scene. There's no dialogue there. So there's still no dialogue. But I think I said specifically without including dialogue, because I want to have more detail, and I want to be able to edit this part before adding the dialogue. So we're still at the validate the scene list and creating a more expanded version, and we're gonna add the dialogues just after that. There, so I copy this and I just arranged some part. I deleted some part, to make sure that it was more aligned with my vision. And we finally arrive with this detailed outline. So you see, I remove some parts. And after that, you did this step. I just said, this is the revised version of scene 4. So taking from that, I just take this part because this is the only scene that we're gonna make into a real script, like I said, because it would be too long to do all the 4 scenes. So we're gonna concentrate on scene 4. So I just copy paste the last one, and I said, this is the revised version of scene 4. Can you follow the instruction in parentheses and incorporate the dialogue? So in my version, I just show you. So develop the scene with dialogue. So I copy paste the scene 4 from last step and to step 5. So I would add some information, like I said, replace the next paragraph with dialogues. So this is a more detailed saying that they're gonna have an argument or gonna have a talk. So basically, I'm just asking ChatGPT to replace the next paragraph with dialogue. Same here. I just refined it again by removing some stuff. And yeah, so this is what I ask. And here we go. We have now a complete scene with exactly all the details, and you have the dialogues there. So I think it's great. I reviewed it. I think it's fine. So we have this. Well, so I took some. I put some bold there to make sure that I see the dialogue correctly. So let's say, so they're coming back from the night with their friend, and they're starting to argue. We sense that they're not on the same pace for what their friend asked them. So let's just read it a little bit. So then the inevitable Lisa shifts in her seat. Mark just tightened. Okay, Lisa finally says, her voice measure. Let's talk about it. What is there to talk about? She wants me to help her have a baby with him. Lisa turns to him, brow furrowed. With her, Mark. Ethan is part of her life, but this is about Eleanor's child, her future. Mark scoffed. A future with a machine playing house? Lisa, that thing, it's not real. So that gives you an idea. So you should, at this point, read the dialogue and make sure that refine it again and, let it sit, come back to it. Things that might feel a little bit off to have this final scene with dialogue. The other thing that we can ask is, can you keep the last scene exactly as it is but format it in a standard screenplay format as it would appear in Final Draft? So Final Draft is a software that's well known for editing script. So here is what it gave me. Fade in, exterior, highway, night. He did split the scene in two parts. So for the exterior shot of the car on the highway and the other shot from the inside of the car. So once again, I read this pretty good. You have formatted, in a good way. The only problem, it's not for ChatGPT cannot format it exactly as a real script would be. So for this, I will share with you, so you can find in the description a version of the script that we have on Google Docs. So you can take this script. So once you click on the link, you won't be able to use it as it is. You have to go to File and to click on Make a Copy. So if you do make a copy, it will copy this script into your own account, and after that you will be able to do whatever you want with it. So you can copy it, remove the parts. I will give you the last version of the script as a reference. But so the first page is like the name of the script by, you can put your name here, the date, and also your coordinates. This is for classic first page of a script. All these things in red. So shout out to Alan T. Haler that started with his version to create our version. He had a pretty good version, but it was missing only the number of the scenes. So, and I adjusted also a little bit of the center to make the part of the script more like a real script. So so you should take a look at what he did, and you can start from his script if you want. You can start from our script, our version, and all the instructions are there. So basically each part of a script has been formatted with titles, subtitles, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and a little bit of detail of what you can add in your script. So the first line will be a title. So you see here there's a title for the description of the scene heading. Also, all the action lines will be subtitles. So if you select that, you will see it's a subtitle. And character 1 will be character, so it would be heading 1. And dialogue will be heading 2. And if you have some things in parenthetical action, so it's going to be heading 3. And at the end, you can, put cut to black to indent it at the right. So basically that's the structure. You can remove the red part when you have finished your script, and after that you can also do file and download it to a PDF format. so you can share it with your team. So I like to have this kind of script in Google Docs because I can share it with the team, and I can do editing as we're going through. I don't have to always export a version. I can share it here with the button on the right, top right. You can share it with whatever you want. Provide links to them. They can be viewers or they can be editors if you want to work with some people. So I think it's a really great functionality in Google Docs that you can use. So I've copied this version and here it is. So I took these examples and I've arranged the script into the same manner. So if you see here, external highway night, so it's the heading, so I put it as a title. Here it's an action, I put it in subtitle. For this I create a character, so it's heading 1. So you have to you can copy paste those and enter your own script, or you can start from scratch. Make sure that when you copy paste your version from, let's say, ChatGPT or Google Docs, you paste it without any formatting. So make sure to start with no formatting, and after that you can add the formatting. So the really difference is to put these scene numbers, and after that you can put some tabulations to make sure that you have everything centered, and just make sure that it looks like this. One quick tip: if you like this and you want to center this, I would put my cursor there, click on tab. And after that, it will only push that. So I will push the second line. And after that, just do a backspace to make sure it's centered the right way. So make sure that your script looks like this. So once you have edited your old script, I think it's easier to see what it looks like. It's also really nice because usually a script is 1 minute per page with this kind of formatting. So when I look at it right now, it's like 2 1/3 page, so it would be 2 minutes and 20 seconds, something like that. It's an approximation. Sometimes it will be less, sometimes it will be more. So yeah, it gives you a rough idea. So I would edit some part out. I would leave it, like this for a few days, come back to it, and just make sure that the dialogues feels like they're coming from the characters themselves. I would read them out loud. I will make some final modifications. Also, if you don't like specific description, action lines, or dialogues, you can always go back to ChatGPT or any other AI software. And again, if you're in the same session, you can just tell ChatGPT to you give me like 5 more versions of that. I think I did that. Yeah, so maybe if you don't like this dialogue that Lisa did, so you ask him, can you give me 5 different versions of this part of the dialogue? And he would give 5 different versions of this part of the dialogue. If you're in the same session, it would keep it in context, so you don't need to copy paste the whole script. It would have already in memory the script. So this is how I would refine the script and make sure that at the end I remove everything. And this is what I would share with our team. This should give you a good idea of what you're gonna create your images and shots and animation. It will also help you the description of the character that we did before. So these descriptions should help you. Let me just go back a little bit. And those final character profiles, they should help you to, in the next lesson, to create your characters. So that Mark, 35, an architect, you have some guidance there, so you can use your imagination, but also you imagine the type by reading the description of the character. This would give you a good idea of how to represent him. Same thing for Lisa, his girlfriend, and Eleanor, and the AI. So yeah, so I would start with that, and I will see you in the next session where we're gonna, create characters, more visual, the visual part of the characters. And yeah, so go ahead, look at in the description of this page. You will find the link to the template of our script. You can find also instructions where I've put everything that I will put everything that I use in ChatGPT. So all the questions I ask for in ChatGPT and all the demands I give it to provide the script. So yeah, let's see you in the next part of this wonderful course.